This your girl, Lovely D, y'all. How everybody doing out there today? Today, y'all. We need to talk. We really do. Because a lot of things happen to you and you is hurting inside in silence. Okay? So I know y'all is dealing with this, and some of y'all don't know what to do. Some of y'all is confused. Um, so hey, so um, today I want to talk to y'all about that, okay? Because if you hurting inside and you dealing with it in silence, that's not good. That's not good because that can build up to hatred, and nobody want to hate anybody, especially a person they was in love with, okay? That person probably hurted you real bad, okay? Probably hurted you real bad, probably cheated on you, or hit you, or whatever. Thank you, thank you. So, yeah. So that's what I wanted to talk to y'all about, okay? Some of y'all may agree with me, and some of y'all may disagree with me. But we all have our own opinion. hmm Yes, I'm okay. Oh, no, it's not about me. No, it's not about me. It's not about me. This time it's not about me. I'm just talking because I was thinking and me seeing a lot of people, you know, going through this. So I said I wanted to talk to, everybody because a lot of people is going through this. Oh, it's doing good. It's doing good. It's doing good. I go back to the heart doctor. Matter of fact, on the 8th. I go back to the heart doctor on the 8th. Um, for another test. Um, and I'm gonna let y'all know. Thanks for asking. Oh, you worried about me? Oh, thank you. Mwah. Hugs. Okay, so that's what I wanted to do today, you know. Yeah, I wanted to talk to y'all and for y'all can have a peace of mind, you know, because some of y'all don't talk to, nobody because you probably think, oh, if I talk about them, I might look stupid or somebody might, judge me or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. It's your life. It's your life, and you have to live it. And like I said, nobody wants to be uh, in a position that they hurting inside, and he's smiling just to let everybody know, like, I'm okay, but the truth of the matter, they hurting inside, because that person really hurted them. So my question is, can you forgive and forget, or you can forgive somebody who hurted you, and you say, well, I will forgive you, but I'm not gonna forget what you did to me. Okay? Nah, that's possible for you to feel like that, you know, because if you was in love with this person, in a relationship, I'm talking about, if you was in love with this person and deeply, it could be your husband, your boyfriend, or whoever, and they hurted you, could you really forgive them and forget, or just forgive them and you say, I'll forgive you, but I'm not gonna forget. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, now the thing is, you was in a relationship. Okay, in a relationship at first it was going good. It was going good. Okay, y'all been together for however long y'all was together. Okay, and the relationship just up and just went south. Okay, it could be um, abusive. That person just was fighting you, cheating on you, lying to you, giving you false hope or whatever that case is. And y'all decide to split. He go his way, you go your way. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to talk to y'all about. Because a lot of people is hurting inside because they still love that person, but they mad and it hurt because they really was in love with that person and that person really hurted them deeply. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, you can forgive somebody, you know, who hurted you, but you probably don't forget because you gonna always think about what that person did to you. You don't understand what I'm saying? But you also was deeply in love with that person, and now, you know, you want that person back, and it's like I'm scared to get back with them because they might, do the same thing they had done to you pride before. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay to feel like that, you know? But the true of the matter is, can you forgive that person? If you do, take that person back, can you really trust that person? Or it's like, I love that person, I just want that person in my life. Okay, and y'all do combine together, get back together. Can you honestly trust that person and let go the past, what that person did to you, and you move on? Sometimes that does happen. Sometimes your love gets stronger, you know, that person and y'all talk it out, talk it over, whatever, and y'all want to give it a second chance. Okay, that's okay, because you never know your love between each other. It might grow even deeply, or it might get so unbearing, and it's like y'all really sprayed apart from each other. But you will never know if you don't, take that chance, you know. But you don't have to get back with that person to say I forgive you. You could forgive that person, and y'all still could be friends, because being with somebody, you don't always have to be with them to forgive them, you know. So I just want y'all to know that. But if you do want to try and rekindle and make your relationship work again, that means that love, it never faded away. You know, y'all just needed a break between the both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here today and I want to talk to y'all and I want to ask, be honest, be honest. Can you forgive a person who you really love if they hurted you? And would you give that person a second chance and see if y'all can rekindle your relationship and your love? Because the love probably never died. But true of the matter, it was like, okay, you wanted out in the relationship, and that's understandable, you know. But sometimes it might take years, and y'all might see each other one day, probably years, and y'all start to go out on dates, talking to each other on the phone, you know, because some people need closure, and be like, okay, I forgive that person, but that person never told me why did he act like that towards you. you know, and it's like, I really loved at you, and you hurting me. You know, it's either if he just stepped out the relationship, marriage, relationship, or whatever, and he cheated with someone else or had a baby or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Can you honestly rekindle and forget and forgive? You know, if y'all do get back together, can you, wipe out what he did to you and trying to start it all over? You know, that's, it's kind of hard. It, I don't know, but it would be kind of hard, you know, because me personally, in the back of my head, I would think you probably would do it again, you know, because it's like when he get away from you and just say he coming home at 5 o'clock, but you know, whatever the case, he came home at 7. And you like, okay, you say 5. You know I'm to come home at 5 o'clock. Why are you coming home at 7? Hmm. Who was you with? You know? So you really can't say, or can you really forgive and forget that person if y'all rekindle y'all relationship? Now, if you're gonna rekindle your relationship, you have to forget it. You know, forget it and forgive, you know, because it's not going to work if you don't forgive. You probably don't forget, but if you don't forgive that person and y'all back into a relationship, it's not going to work because, like I say, anything he does is going to trigger you in your head that he's cheating. And sometimes that's not the case. Just say he had to work late and he couldn't call you at time. But when he come home, but when he come home, excuse me, he trying to explain to you, explain to you what's really going on. You know, with him, why he was late. Can you believe him? Or you say, well, okay. But in the back of your head, I know you're lying. I know he lied. But I'm going to catch him. Okay, so if you feel like that, do not get back in a relationship with that person. Because really, you wasting your time and you wasting his time. You know, because you can find somebody who you love and who you can trust, you know, instead of trying to get into the relationship. You know, y'all probably have fun together. You know, y'all probably done things. That probably was your best friend, but it went sour. You know, but if y'all talk about it and talk it over, and y'all wants to, like I say, rekindle it, you have to forgive him because if you don't, and you back in a relationship with him, it's not gonna work. It's not going to work if you think about it. Soon as this man leave and he come home a little late, you gonna think he's cheating again. But how about he was in traffic? How about he stopped by a family member, friend? He had to work a little late and he couldn't call you. Okay, it probably is true what he's saying, but since he uh, did you wrong and he lied to you, how could you really believe him? That means leave that man alone and go find somebody else. I know you still love him, but nothing wrong with still loving somebody. But don't hurt yourself even worse. If you really know that person, you be like, you know what, I won't get back with him, but I know he always in women's face and doing this and doing that. Don't do it. Mm-mm. Let it go. Let it go. Because it's not going to be worth your time. You know, it's like you playing with yourself. And for you, you hoping and praying that the relationship does work, does work out. But the truth of the matter, he never changed. So if he never changed, that means you waste your time. And now you're going to relive what he did to you before. And now this here is going to add on to what he did. And now you're going to be hurt all over again. But you really going to be hurt even more. Because now in your head, why did I do it? Why did I do it? And you cry and be like, I loved him, but look what he did to me again. Let it go. Go find somebody new. So that's the case. You can forgive somebody who hurted you. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you really love this person and you and him talk it over and y'all been talking for a while and you've been seeing a change in him. Well, that's good. That's good. That's awesome. But just talking to him, a mouth can say anything. A mouth can say anything. So be careful. Be careful. Be careful. But let me tell you, people does change. Yes, people does change. So give it a try if you wanna try. Because if you don't, and years from now, you're gonna regret. He gonna get married, he gonna have kids or whatever, and you just gonna be thinking about him. You're gonna see him and be like, damn, I should have gave him another try. He really did change. Now he's a family man. Now he married to her. I know I'm never gonna have him now. Don't regret. Do it. Do it. Because if this is what you want to do, and you love this man, give it a try. And let's see this. And if it work out, I'm so happy for you. And if it didn't, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, you know not. Let it go. So what y'all think about it? What do y'all really think? Talk to your girl. Talk to your girl. I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know what's on your mind. And if this is you, who you've been through this, talk to me. Let me know. We can talk it together. I can help you, answer some questions that been bothering you and you never had any closure. So let's talk, girl. Talk to your girl. But yeah, this is a serious matter. This is a serious matter because who wants to get hurt all over again? Think about it. Who really wants to get hurt all over again? Nobody wants to get hurt all over again. So that's why I'm here to say, weigh your options. If this man, he's an alcoholic and he drinks and he get drunk all the time, and he just come home buggish all the time, do not get back in that relationship. And if this man, he wants to fight, he got a bad temper, and it's like, you can't control him. You could do this and you could do that, and he just get mad. Leave it alone. Nah, if you and him just was arguing about something, and you got mad and be like, you know what, I'm not dealing with this. You lied so much, but you talking to him and you see that he changed. Okay, now you can give him another chance. Because if you don't, you might regret it. Talk to your girl. Put in the comments what you think. But I think give it a try. You know that person better than I do or anybody else. Because you and him, Y'all was, dating. Y'all was married, you know. But the untrue of the matter, I don't know. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it because the reason why I said it, because if you untrust me once and you cheated, in the back of my head, you gonna cheat again. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't, me personally, I wouldn't do it, because I'm not gonna trust you. So why play with yourself and you know you're not gonna trust this man? Um, me personally, I don't like going backwards because if you're going backwards, you don't know what the outcome is going to be. It could be good or it could be bad. It could be worse. But if you find somebody else new, you got a chance. Yes, you have a chance. It may work. Y'all could build trust in each other. You can love him. He could be your best friend. But if you see the red flags in this new guy, pay attention. Pay attention. Because if you keep finding red flags with him, 9 out of 10, he's gonna be just like your ex. Your ex. But I tell you, me personally, I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't go back with my ex because if he cheated on me, what makes he's gonna stop cheating? He might see somebody he thinks prettier than me, finer than me, smarter than me, or whatever. And what he's gonna do, he's gonna leave me to go to somebody else. So, no, I wouldn't go backwards. I will only go forward because you never know what God have in store for you. But if you go backwards, you know, you're gonna really relive your life with him. Okay, you at first you're gonna be happy, y'all back together because you know him, and some of y'all is like, I don't want to start a new relationship, but I got to learn him. He got to learn me, and this and that and that and that, and you'll rather, go back to your old relationship. Why? If he cheated on you once, you don't think he'll cheat on you twice? If he hits you multiple times, and when he get mad, you'll never think when he get mad he'll do it again. It's something to think about. But people does change. But I don't care. Keep your change to yourself. you know, because me being me, I'm not gonna trust you. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say, yeah, I'll give it another try. No, you know, like I said, just say he's supposed to come home at 5 o'clock and something happened. He come home at 7. I'm gonna think he's cheating again. And then I don't get a call. When I call you, you don't answer. Probably he can't answer at the time, or he cheating and he not gonna answer at the time. You never know. You never know. But the question is, can you forgive and forget the person who you really love hurting you? You know, it's something to think about. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We all go through problems in a relationship. But if you went through problems in a relationship and you wasn't happy, why would you do it again? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Why would you do it again? Me personally, I wouldn't. Sex might be good, lovely. Okay, that's about it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just here guessing. I don't know. I'm not a therapist, but you never know. I'm just telling you my opinion. You can listen to my opinion or you don't. But like I say, don't regret it. Do not regret it. People does change. But like I say, I don't care. No, I don't think I can do it because if you hurt me once, I'm not gonna let you hurt me the second time because the second time might be even dangerous or it might be worth your while. It's up to you. I'm not saying go back to that person and you go back to that person and that person hurt you even worse and you gonna be like, Lovely D, you say go back. No, I didn't. It's your choice. I'm just asking, could you forgive a person and forget a person who hurted you? It's up to you. It's your life, not mine. You have to live it. I'm just telling you my opinion. I wouldn't do it. You know, and if that person drinks and he get humbuggers, and soon as he get a beer, liquor or whatever he have, and he start drinking, and you see he's starting to get drunk. Now you're gonna get nervous. Okay, is he gonna get humbuggish? Is he gonna hit me? I mean, what it is, or is he just gonna go to sleep or just walk out or what? Now you just sitting back in the gap, saying, "I hope he don't hit me. I hope he hit me." That's not a life you want to live. Me personally, I wouldn't do it. But like I say, people does change. I did see people change and they went back together and it worked. It really did work. Okay, and I did saw people go back to each other and it got even messier. And it was like, I should never did it. I should never did it. I'll never, now I hate him. Okay, let it go. Y'all could be friends. You can forgive him. You don't have to forget what he did to you, but you can forgive him and y'all could become friends. You don't have to be enemies. You just know one thing. I'm not getting into a relationship with you again because you hurted me once, and I'm not going to let you hurt me a second time. And to me, that's smart. But hey, you never know what the outcome is going to be. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna forgive him, okay, you can forgive him and that could be your friend. Or you're gonna get in a relationship with him. So that means you're gonna forgive and forget. Because if you don't forgive and forget, the relationship is going to stand still. It's not gonna move. It's not gonna move for the good. Why? Because you got that negativity in your heart. And you're gonna get so agitated, like everything he does is gonna aggravate you, because you wondering, you want this relationship to work, but you wondering, you're scared, you don't know what the outcome is gonna be. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, weigh your options. Weigh your options. However this relationship ended, just think about it. If you pick it up again, is it gonna be worth it? If it's not, leave it alone. Just tell him, I forgive you, but I can't never get back with you. And you let them know. We could be friends. I could be your best friend, but we can't never be lovers again. Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. But I'm not the person who could sit back in the gap and say, well, okay, let's rekindle our relationship. You know, put everything on the table. You rolling your dice. I don't know what the outcome is gonna be. You know, or if this person was an alcoholic and he tells you, baby, I don't drink no more. You know, I know when we was together, I was an alcoholic, and he tells you, I don't drink no more. So that's a plus. I say, okay, you don't drink no more, so that means you're not gonna be humbuggish about that. Okay, now a person can stop drinking, but what's what another habit he have, you know? But you got to look into that because he could stop drinking and he could start smoking. He could start, doing this or he could start doing that, or he can stop everything completely. How about that? He tell you, look, I go to church now, you know. I went to anger management. I went to AA meeting for drugs, alcohol, and he tell me, okay, I don't drink, I don't do drugs no more. My body is clear. I got my mind straight. I love you. I want to be with you. I want to marry you one day. Okay, what would you do? What would you do? What would you say? Well, you know what? I'm gonna give that a try. Would you? At that point, I don't know. I don't know what I would do. But in the truth of the matter, I would be scared. I ain't gonna lie, I would be scared. You know, and then you see him with a beer or liquor in his hand. You be like, well, I'm doing this social. You told me you don't drink that out. So you just lied to me. You know, you just lied to me. So how could I trust you? Could you honestly trust somebody who lied to you and is a compulsive liar? You know, because they could tell you whatever you want to hear. You know, baby, I don't drink no more. I don't do drugs no more. You know, I don't fight. You know, I went to counseling. You know, I got help that I needed. And it could be all a lie just to get you back. You know, at first, he said, I don't drink. He's not going to drink in front of you. He said he's not on drugs. He's not going to do drugs in front of you. Or if he is on drugs, he going to wait till he die down before he come by you. You know, but soon as y'all get into a relationship in months and a year, then bam, you in love with him again, and you be like, you just lied to me. You say you don't drink, you don't do drugs, you don't fight. You just put your hand on me again. So how could I honestly trust you? You know what I'm saying? Then in the back of your head, you're crying and saying, why did I uh, give this relationship another chance? It could go good, or like I say, it could go bad. You know, it's just a chance you going to take. You know that person, if that person is going to change. If that person is going to change, okay, good. Because people does change. Okay, let me let y'all know. People does change. But y'all can be friends. Y'all can be friends. Y'all can become, good friends. You talk to him, he talk to you, you know, and you could help him, he could help you, and so on and so on. You know what I'm saying? So, what would you do? What would you do? What would you do? What would you do? Would you, like I said, go back into this relationship? Or you be like, okay, I forgive you, but I'll just be your friend. I can't do it. Like I say, honestly, I would say I forgive you. I'm not gonna forget what you did to me because you really hurted me. And I really loved you and I trust you and I gave you my all and you just crumbled it up in your hand and just throw it away like you didn't care. And a question you ask him, what make you different now? What make you different now um, from the person you was back then? You know, he'll give you an answer. And when he give you an answer, he gonna give you the answer that you are looking for. So be careful, ladies. Be careful. Because y'all know these men is good. They good, they good, they good. They know what we like, they know what we dislike. You know, they know what to say to get us back because they know we love them, we in love with them. You know, I don't know. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying, y'all? So, you got to play it by ear if you go back with 'em. Good luck. Good luck if you do. I hope it works for you. If you don't, y'all be friends. Okay, I'm with you on that one too. You know, I'm not gonna judge you. If you say, "Well, I love that person. I won't go back with that person." That's your life. You know, something about him you must love, and you'll be like, okay, he changed. I know he changed because he didn't do this and he do. You got to be careful, for real, y'all. You have to be careful because you never know what people is going through. You know, and like I say, he might love you, you love him, but it's just not for y'all to get back into a relationship. Or it does. You never know. So my question is, can you forgive and forget what he did to you? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I don't know what y'all thinking. I don't know what y'all thinking. You know, I only know what I would do. And I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Like I said, I would be scared that he would do it even worse and hurt me even worse. That means I got to relive what he did to me. And then on top, I got to live what he did to me now. So I don't know, it's a chance that you can take. You know, it's life. You got to take chances in life. You know, I don't know. They got some good people. They've been hurt and they got sour, but they realize they really loved you. And, you know, and it'd be like, you know what, I'm going to change because I love her. And it's like, if I screw up again, she'll never want me back. I don't know, y'all. What y'all think? What y'all think? What y'all think? Put it in the comments. Y'all talk to me. Talk to your girl. But like I say, some people is dealing with this in silence because they don't want to talk about it because they don't want to look bad. You know. So if that's you, weigh your options. Weigh your options. And if you do take him back and he lied to you the first time, walk away. Do not get your feelings involved again because it could be dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Are y'all listening to me instead of coming in and coming out? You know, but I mean, it is what it is. You know, you never know what the outcome would be. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm here with you. I'm here with you. You want to talk? Let's talk. Stop being so scared and shy. I know you're mad. You probably be hurt. You know, you probably just been in this relationship. You know, you be like, I just got out this relationship, and you talking about this. Well, some people is dealing with it, and they don't know what to do. That's what I'm talking about. You know, no, I'm not going through it. I don't have nobody to go through it with. I'm by myself. And I'm loving it, y'all. I'm loving my peace. You know, I'm loving my own peace. I have no worries, whatever, whatsoever. You know, the only worries I have is my kids and my grandbaby. It's not because I'm mad. Um, and it's my choice. It's my choice that I don't want to be with nobody. I don't want to be with nobody because I mean, hey, I'm tired of dealing with it. You know, I just got out of a divorce. Um, what, 2 years ago? A year or two? I don't know. I just know he gone. Would I take him back? Hell to the no. No. Would I be his friend? I'll be his friend, but that's it. That's it. Yeah, I'll be your friend. I will tell you where you're wrong at. And if you're right, I'll be like, yeah, you right. But then if you're doing right, you be like, in the back of your head, but what, you wasn't right with me? What was wrong with me? Y'all, let me get something to drink. I'm thirsty. Hold on. Oh, it's sweet. Okay. No. I'm back. Yes, I was thirsty. Excuse me if you heard. But yeah. If you is going through that right now, no, get out that relationship. No. Why you screaming? What is she doing? What cord? Get away from me. But yeah, y'all. You know, it's hard to say because y'all love this person. You know, you and this person was together for years. That probably even was your husband. You know, and you be like, I married him, I love him, I want to be with him, but I'm just scared that he's gonna do it again. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Because baby, guess what? If you have doubt, it's telling you. Keep him away. Do not put him back in your life. And he tell you, I'm not with nobody. He probably not with nobody because he probably done heard the same thing he done you. You know, he ain't gonna tell you. Well, I'm not in a relationship. I just got out of a relationship. I did her the same thing I done you with. Of course, he ain't gonna say that. He know you gonna say, "Well, get away from me." You know what I'm saying? Uh-uh. I'm not about to deal with this again. You know, so no, they is not gonna tell you that. They're gonna tell you something you wanna hear, baby. You know, I was in a relationship, but she wasn't like you, and you know, I didn't love her like I love you. You know, we had the chemistry to together. Nobody can never love me like you, baby. That's a lie. All men says that. So if he telling you that, go. I heard that before. Tell me something else. You know, tell me something that I didn't hear. You know, and be like, okay, duh, I heard that before, and now I'm just not gonna go through this again. You know, and be like, are you crazy? Are you crazy? You know, you broke my nose. That's why my nose is sideways. You know, you got to deal with this the rest of your life. You gonna let him break your jaw next time? Y'all better think about it, ladies. You might be fine. You might look good. Got a good job. Now he got this house of his own. You know, you could be like a house to house, your house and his house. You know, you go by him and y'all talk or whatever, have fun. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't know. It is what it is. You know, it could be good or it could be bad. You never will know if you don't take that chance. But if you know that person, if you know if you know that person, why take another chance? I sees that a lot too. And then it'd be like it's even worse. You know, some men hurt women so bad to make them start drinking. Literally. They hurt them so bad. They start to do drugs. Y'all, that's why I say it is what it is. Weigh your options because you never know what the outcome is going to be. I don't know. But if you know that person, and then you might say, well, he did change. Okay, and you want to, if you, not me, if you want to take that chance, go for it. And you be like, you know what, I'm glad I did went for it because he changed. He way different than what he used to. Okay, that's good too because like I said, some people do change. And some people stay the same or some people get worse. And you don't want to double live your life. You don't want to double live your life. So, hey, ladies, y'all better pay attention to the red flags these men is giving out. Okay? He's a good provider. He protects me good. Okay, that's good. You can find somebody else who can do the same. You know, um, I don't know. I don't know. So it is what it is. It is what it is. And the truth of the matter is, you would get tired of being in an abusive relationship. Toxic relationship. You know this relationship was toxic. Why would you enter this man's life so he could do something even drastic? I don't know. I don't know. Y'all, it is what it is. You live your life. I don't know. Now I'm looking at you like you're looking at me. Talk to me. Talk to your girl. Talk to your girl. So if y'all is in this relationship like that, get out. You is not going to be happy. He's not gonna make you happy. He's gonna always make you sad and depressed. He's gonna take your peace. And if somebody take your peace, why be with that person again? But you can be a friend. Be like, okay, I'll forgive you. But I will never forget what you did to me. I loved at you. You cheated on me. You had a baby on me. You always pound on me, punch me, throw me, kick me, slap me, whatever. And you honestly think I'm gonna get into this relationship again? Y'all better think about it. I'm telling y'all better think about it because you never know what's the outcome. This time. You never know what the outcome, will be again. So, like I tell everybody, weigh your options. And if you know this person and he full of bull, laugh it off and walk away. Block his number and go find your true love. Go find your true love. Because by you keep going back and forth, you missing out on your husband. They got good men out here. But, some of us tend to always pick these little knucklehead men. Like my uncle Herbert used to tell me, you pick those knucklehead little men, young men. But yeah. But basically, I'm taking a break. Um, nah, I'm not looking for nobody. I don't want nobody right now because I'm living my life. I'm trying to get my life the way I want it. My life is good, but I could look back and say I'm not where I used to be. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Oh, my life is good. Yes, it is. But like, you know what? But my life ain't like it used to be, and that's a plus. And that is a plus, and that's good. You know. So I have. I have goals I want to accomplish. And I think if I have a man in my life, I'm not going to fulfill my goals the way I really want it because right now I can focus on what I want because I don't have, you know, nobody uh, getting on my nerves, taking my peace, doing this and doing that. It's not, ladies, it's not worth it. Believe me, it's not worth it. So I'll advise you to move on. I really advise you to move on in this life. You know, it is what it is. Let me tell y'all something. You can do bad all by yourself. If you're gonna struggle, you can struggle by yourself. Why do bad and you have a man on the side of you? Why you got to struggle and you have a man on the side of you? Because if it's two of y'all with two incomes, that's good. That's good. But I don't care. He could pay all the bills and cause you a headache and take your peace. Is it worth it? Some people be like, well, he paid the bills, so I mean, I don't care. I'm just gonna just ignore him. So you can be just because he paid the bills, you gonna take everything and be miserable. You can't smile. You got to always put this fake smile. They know it's fake. They can see right through y'all. So, well, I just wanted to drop that on some people who is dealing with this. So if you are, think about what you really want to do. Do you want to take him back and try and see if it's going to work? Or you can forgive him and say, I'll be your friend. So think about what you want to do, okay? This your girl, Lovely D. I'm back at you.